Hi guys, welcome back to Kid2Kid, a learning channel where you get a kid's opinion on kid things. Today, we're going to be learning about aquifers. What in the world is an aquifer? An aquifer is a place where groundwater is stored. Do you guys know what groundwater is? Groundwater is the water that when it rains, it all goes under the ground and it ends up in between the rocks. Most of the water that we use every day comes from groundwater. And where does that groundwater come from? An aquifer. Today, I'm going to show you how an aquifer works, so you can show everybody that you know. We're going to be using things that you can find in your kitchen. To do this project, you're going to need a clear plastic cup, crushed ice, any kind of clear soda, including 7-Up, Sprite. Today, we're using Sierra Mist, a straw, vanilla ice cream, food coloring, and Oreos. And if you want, you could add gummy worms, a mallet to crush the Oreos, and an ice cream scooper. The first step is you're going to need to crush your Oreos. You might need a parent's help for this one. Since my parents are right here, I'm going to be using a towel to cover up the Oreos to make sure my bag doesn't explode. And then I take the flat side of my mallet and tap the Oreos. When your Oreos are all crushed, set them aside. The next thing you're going to want to do is pour your ice into your cup. You want to pour it about halfway. You might need a parent to help you pour. Guess that's enough. The cup represents bedrock, and it's something to stop the water from flowing out of the aquifer. The ice in your cup represents all the rocks that the water in the aquifer gets all in between. The next step is we're going to add our water, aka clear soda. You might need an adult to help you open it. Thank you, Dad. You don't want to pour it over your rocks, aka ice. Just like that. When it rains, some of that water goes underground, and then some of that water goes into the aquifers. It usually takes thousands of years to fill an aquifer, and what we did was fill our aquifer with yummy soda. Now we are going to add our confining layer. In real life, this would be clay or anything like that to keep the water in the aquifer. Today, we're going to use ice cream. Take a scoop of ice cream. You might need more than one. And then you take the back of your ice cream scooper and you flatten it out to make a good seal. Make sure you get a good seal. This is going to hold all the water in your aquifer. Now that we have our confining layer, remember those Oreos that we crushed? They're going to act as a perfect topsoil that we put on top of our aquifer. That's what you see when you look down in your backyard. You're going to want to add a ½ inch of soil to your aquifer. To have a little fun, let's add some gummy worms. Because there's worms all around the soil. And they're fun to eat. I mean, the gummy kind, not real worms. So this is an aquifer. It's a bunch of trapped water in a big bowl underground. Now we're gonna add our well. A well is like a big straw that takes the water from the ground and brings it up to use for buildings and houses. Usually, a well would operate on a pump, but we don't have a pump. We're the pump. So take a big drink out of your aquifers. That represents you bringing up the groundwater for cities and buildings to use. Now we need to refill our aquifer because we just took a big bunch of water. So it's gonna fill up with a nice rainstorm. So we take our soda and we pour it off to the side, representing a rainstorm. You can watch your aquifer fill up. As you can see, groundwater is very important and we all need it to survive. A very bad thing that happens to groundwater is pollution or contamination. We are going to show someone who forgot to pick up his trash and all the waste got into the groundwater with food coloring. Now take 4 to 5 drops of pollution or food coloring to the top of your aquifer. It's very easy to get the contamination in the aquifer, but very hard to take it out. Watch as it spreads super easily while I suck on my straw. Now that the contamination has spread, with every rainstorm, it spreads even and even more. You try adding some rain to your aquifer and see how it turns one color, the bad color. Now that you know how a groundwater aquifer works, you know how important it is to protect our groundwater. Now, I'm going to go enjoy my ice cream. I hope you enjoy yours too. Thank you for watching this episode of Kid2Kid. If you like what you saw, click that like button and don't forget to push that big red subscribe button. Bye!